How many times have we heard people around us say that they feel butterflies in their stomach or their heart racing? Quite often, right? While this seems pretty normal on the surface due to the fast-paced and stressful lives we all are leading, but when someone complains to have these problems for a longer amount of time, and they say they feel a disconnect between their body and mind, or they are unable to control their thoughts, or they feel out of control completely, chances are they're suffering from anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling of nervousness, unease, or worry that typically occurs in the absence of an imminent threat. Anxiety is part of body's natural response to stress, so it can be helpful at times, like keeping us more alert or ready for action. However, anxiety disorder and normal feelings of anxiousness are two different things. Many of us feel anxious when faced with particular situations that we find stressful, but if those feelings don't subside, chances are the anxiety can be more chronic. Feelings of apprehension, anticipating the worst, irritability, tremors or twitches, frequent urination or diarrhea, nausea or an upset stomach are some of the most common physical and mental manifestations of anxiety. Since these symptoms are so vague and unclear, they're often dismissed and anxiety is not given due attention. Hence today, we try to bust some myths about anxiety. Myth number 1. Anxiety is the same as being nervous. Chill, yeah, you're just being nervous. This is one of the most common response a person gets when they say out loud that they're feeling anxious. This can be because the initial physical symptoms of nervousness and anxiety are quite similar. Nervousness usually has an external trigger and can subside at some point of time. However, anxiety can creep up with or without any trigger and can take minutes, hours, or sometimes days to subside. Myth number 2. Anxiety is all in the head. Arey, it's in your head. The thoughts and emotions that are generated when one suffers through anxiety, such as anticipating the worst, feeling apprehensive or irritated, may compel one to believe that anxiety is first created in the mind and then transported to the body. However, oftentimes people have complained of waking up with a heavy chest or an upset stomach, even if they believe to be in a positive mental space. Externally, we may not be able to empathize with people who are suffering from anxiety. However, it is important for us to be gentle with them and support them out of this. Myth number 3. Anxiety disorders are obvious to notice. Some symptoms of anxiety such as panic attacks, hyperventilation, breathlessness, sweating or trembling can be very easily identified by the person going through them and the people around. However, there's an equal possibility that a person may be suffering from anxiety and may seem absolutely healthy from the outside. Similarly, a person may dismiss some emotional or mental symptoms by calling them mere overthinking or taking too much pressure. Myth number 4. People with anxiety should avoid stressful situations. Stressful situations or encountering an anxiety trigger can be extremely unpleasant for someone with an anxiety disorder. However, stressful situations are a part of life. It is important to learn effective coping strategies that can help deal with anxiety in times of stress. Finding these effective coping mechanisms can not only improve health and quality of life as they help deal with anxiety, but they also help in building the lost confidence of the person. Myth number 5. The only cure to anxiety is medication. It is a very common misconception that someone who is suffering from anxiety needs to be on medication in order to control it. However, in most cases, anxiety is a result of certain patterns of behavior and habits. A balanced diet, a healthy lifestyle, and therapy if needed can help manage and sometimes minimize anxiety to a huge level. Medication can help relax the symptoms if anxiety starts to interfere in their daily lives. While on the surface, anxiety may seem normal and not as life-threatening, but the experience of it can be very exhausting and debilitating. Even the smallest of tasks start to look undoable, taking a major hit on how one leads their life. If not noticed and acknowledged, anxiety can lead to chronic mental health disorders, including depression. It is time that we sensitize ourselves with anxiety and its effects. Be gentle to those around us and not shy away from seeking and giving help to those in need.
What are some myths about anxiety that you have heard? Let us know in the comment section below. And subscribe to Feminism in India for your dose of Desi intersectional feminist content.